Quality score is one of the most misunderstood factors inside a Google Ads account, but it can, in some cases, be the difference between whether you'll actually scale your brand or not. The problem is that most e-com brands have been brainwashed into thinking of quality score as a completely irrelevant metric in their campaigns. And as a result, they end up massively overspending on their ads but still getting the same number of clicks. After actively managing over $5 million of ad spend across Google Ads over the last year, we've mastered the art of optimizing quality scores in every one of our client accounts from almost every niche you could imagine. So in this video, I'm going to explain what the term quality score means, why it's important, and the action steps you need to implement to maximize it, which will significantly lower your ad spend and ultimately create more profit and more scale for your business. So let's get into it. So first of all, what comprises quality score, right? This is a screenshot directly from the Google Ads help page where they break down exactly what it is meant to be. It's a definition, albeit quite vague, of what quality score really is, right? So as we all may know, quality score can be a little bit of a black box sometimes in Google Ads, but there are a range of things you can do to guaranteed improve your quality score, right? So what is it made up of? The primary components in quality score are your expected click-through rate, so the likelihood that your ad will be clicked when shown, your ad relevance, how closely your ad matches the intent behind a user's search, and your landing page experience. So how relevant and useful your landing page is to people who click your ad, right? These are the main definitions. And obviously these can be hard to track. Exactly, they can be very hard to track, especially when Google doesn't give you a real clear explanation of why you may have a low score in one of these areas. So what can we do to improve upon these components here? What we can do is we can first of all ensure that our targeted keywords are highly relevant to the offer, right? So I've seen examples of businesses failing in this department many times. And the primary reasons for failure in this sense is typically either by too many keywords. So they'll have 10 plus, 20 plus, 30 plus keywords in a single campaign or in a single ad group, which is resulting in way too broad traffic. Another thing that creates really broad traffic is overly loose match types. So if someone's using all broad match keywords on maybe a really low budget, highly targeted campaign, they're going to be getting in a lot of irrelevant keywords, right? They're going to be targeting a lot of irrelevant keywords. And then lack of ad group themes and specificity. So this is essentially when all your ad groups kind of blend together and capitalize on the same traffic, and they all overlap and have very broad targeting. So when you don't have specific targeting within your ad groups, it can result in broad and irrelevant targeting, right? So what you need to do is you need to make sure that all your ad groups and campaigns comprise keywords which are tightly matched to your service and are also attracting search terms that are highly relevant for your product. Now, for 90% of businesses, I would not recommend broad match in the early stages of the account. Typically, you want to be starting off with either phrase or exact match while you're getting your traffic locked down. And this is definitely going to help out with your quality scores, right? As you can see in here, this is an example of some irrelevant keywords that come through from these factors above, right? So if you have too many keywords, if you have overly loose match types, or if you have a lack of specificity, you can get stuff like this, right? So if this is a shoe store, imagine, obviously a human shoe store, and they're getting searches for dog shoes, right? This is not something that we want coming through. And the ways that we can fix that, tips for improvement here, you can start with exact match keywords and expand gradually, like I mentioned before. Use 3 to 5 highly relevant keywords per ad group. So exact match, 3 to 5 keywords, maybe phrase match depending on your account. And then frequently add negative keywords as well. You want to make sure that you're constantly adding negative keywords for common irrelevant traffic that's coming through in your campaigns. So those are the main tips for making sure that your targeted keywords are highly relevant to your offer, right? Again, if you're selling human shoes, you do not want to be showing up for dog shoes. If you're selling a roofing service, you don't want to be showing up for plumbing searches, right? So always make sure that you're completely relevant and you're targeting the right keywords. All right, now ensure your ad copy is highly relevant to your keywords. This is another one, right? If your ad copy isn't relevant to your exact theme or ad group or offering, potential customers just aren't going to click it, right? So this will lower your expected CTR and subsequently your quality score. By the way, I apologize if I'm sniffling a little bit. I'm a bit sick today, but I'm going to keep it going for you guys. So as you can see, this is a very old example, but illustrates this point well, right? This kind of ad will never work and it will never really be profitable. someone is searching for Ford Focus brakes. There's an ad here for a 2014 Mazda 3, right? Some would think that maybe this would be an effective place to advertise a competing product, but realistically, very few people who are searching for a couple $100 brake pads are interested in buying a brand new car for several $1,000s, right? If you're going to advertise on a term, not so much for a competitor, this is mainly in your own ad groups, but if you're trying to advertise on a term for brakes, you want your ad to say brakes, like the top result here, right? For brake pads and shoes. Very clear that it is exactly what the user is looking for, right? Irrelevant copy, which produces very low chances of a click. That's exactly what this is, right? You want to make sure that your ad copy is completely relevant to what the user is searching. If you can have the exact word that they're searching in your ad copy, it's going to immediately trigger a neurological effect that's going to make them closely relate your ad and your offering with exactly what they want. They're going to realize there's going to be a sudden alignment or in their mind going, hey, this guy is actually selling exactly what I'm searching for. It's simply automatic, and it will happen if you have the right keywords to trigger the right impulses in your buyer. Now, the biggest mistakes to avoid in a case like this, overly general ad copy, right? So if you copy and paste between different ad groups with different themes, you're going to get really general ad copy that doesn't really speak to any one user and kind of just throws a broad net. This can work, but it's going to have a much lower click-through rate and typically much lower conversion rate than specific ads with specific copy for specific offers and themes, right? No mention of the actual product, simply call outs, right? This is another thing that you sometimes see in ads, right? In ad copy, you sometimes see people just throwing out a bunch of appetizing keywords, right? It's like free shipping, 40% off, get a free gift, and they don't actually say what the product is, right? So imagine if someone was searching for Ford Focus brakes and it said free shipping, 40% off, get a free gift. It's like, well, are you actually selling brake pads? And so in that case, right, you want to make sure that you are showing the very clear product and not just call outs, right? If you need to pin the product name in there, or you need to pin the offer in there somewhere, put it in, right? Unnecessary mentions of a brand name, right? If you're a very new brand, you typically don't need to have your brand name in the headline. In a lot of cases, it actually can just throw off potential buyers, right? If someone's searching for, protein powder, and you have a brand name which is new and unknown to your audience, putting that brand name in the headline may actually lose trust in your buyer, right? Because they don't know, they read the brand name, they're not familiar with you, and they scroll to one that they actually know about. Whereas if you just have general terms in there, like protein powder, 40% off, free shipping, right? Very clear, oh, okay, maybe that's something I'm looking for, and they just click through. So if you're a new brand, you typically don't need to put your brand name in the title unless you're running a branded campaign. But yeah, definitely just focus on the offer and focus on the pieces of ad copy that are going to emotionally engage your potential customer. All right, improve your CTR. Okay, so this is somewhat relevant to the last one, but this is in specific ways, and you want to do it without over-promising, right? There are a few ways you can improve CTR beyond simply having relevant copy, which is what we mentioned above, and they usually involve walking the fine line between presenting a genuinely incredible offer and over-promising on something you can't deliver, right? You want to be somewhere in between those two, typically much closer to presenting a genuinely incredible offer, right? Make sure to highlight any USPs you may have over your competitors. You'll often find great examples of these in competitor campaigns for high-level brands in your industry. So this is a good example that I came across the other day, right? Someone is searching for HelloFresh. This is basically a meal preparation kind of meal. They just send you the ingredients for stuff, right? It makes it easier. There's a competitor called Marley Spoon here. You can see HelloFresh is offering a USP of $200 off, and then Marley Spoon is offering a USP of $220 off, right? To a lot of buyers, they look at this and they wouldn't really have, if they weren't already an existing HelloFresh customer, they didn't have any loyalty to the brand, they'd probably see this and click on the second headline, right? That's pretty enticing. And that is something that would definitely increase their CTR by a significant margin, right? But this is obviously something I have to deliver on. They can't simply say this USP and not deliver on it. Otherwise, you're not going to get any sales at all. So make sure that you give a great offer, but a great offer that you can deliver on. Make sure to call out all your specific advantages and offers at the time. So if you have advantages over your competitor, make sure to call them out in the ad, right? Mention your discounts, mention your shipping offers, free gifts, new releases, emotional ad copy, engaging ad copy, stuff that makes people want to click, stuff that triggers your audience's emotions, right? But don't forget to mention your main product and offering in the process. Like I said above, don't get caught out just showing call outs. Make sure to actually give them the product and the offer itself, right? Don't skim over that because again, otherwise they won't realize it's relevant for them. All right, now optimizing your landing page and extending your user time on your site. One that's often overlooked is landing page design, user experience, and ultimately conversion rate optimization, right? To begin with, you definitely don't want this. I have seen this on people's ads, right? They'll lead an ad to a broken landing page, and that's just complete waste of clicks, right? You're relying on the user at that point to retype your URL into the browser and hope for them to come back to your homepage, which is just very poor advertising, right? So make sure your links are always up to date and working for any ads you may be running. That's step number one, right? Then, let me fix that up for you. You may have a few more bases to cover, right? Make sure you're setting people to the right page, product pages, collection pages, etc. Right? If you're running a shopping ad with a specific product and someone clicks on that product on the shopping ad, you need to take them directly to that product page, right? Taking them to a collection page or a home page is going to lower your conversion rate massively. Now, collection pages on the other hand, if you're running, say, a search campaign with general groupings, general themes, something like, a search campaign for when people search for rings and you're showing up for rings and you have a ring collection, you want to send them to the ring collection page when they search for it, right? Just make sure that your landing page is always aligned with the user's search. Make sure your page messaging and offers are consistent with your ad copy and keywords, right? Okay, so if you have a specific offer on the page, if you have a specific style of messaging, a specific style of writing, make sure it's completely aligned between your ads and your landing page. I've seen sometimes, agencies will create ads for a brand and the messaging will be completely off. It'll be written in a totally different tone. It'll be written to a different audience, to a different persona. So make sure that you are aligning all of your messaging. And of course, your offers as well. If you have an offer in your ad, you have to deliver on the landing page. Make sure that your page loads fast, right? This is one that's often overlooked. Page speed makes a huge difference. I think it's like for every second you lose an extra, 5% of users or something like that. So make sure that your page always loads fast or you're going to lose traffic by people who get bored and don't want to wait for your page to load. Make sure you are mobile optimized, another one that's often overlooked. I've overlooked this myself in the past on my own websites when I was a long time ago, and it can have a very serious impact, right? So make sure that your site is optimized for mobile so you can get sales through mobile, because the vast majority of traffic on a lot of campaigns does come through mobile. And make sure your page looks nice, right? This is obviously subjective, but generally you can figure out exactly what you need to do to make your page look a little bit prettier. Oftentimes, proportional pictures, high quality pictures, good messaging, not too much ad copy, good offers, good call outs, all that kind of stuff, right? And while conversion rate can be a good metric to give you some information on the quality of a landing page, it isn't a one-to-one representation. You need to also make sure you're driving the right traffic for conversion rate to be a relevant proxy for landing page quality. So this basically just means conversion rate usually indicates the quality of your landing page, but if you're driving the wrong traffic to that landing page, the conversion rate is going to be completely destroyed regardless, right? So you could have the best landing page in the world, but if you're driving the wrong traffic to it, the people who are searching for different things to that page, no one's going to convert, and it's not your landing page's fault, it's your targeting fault, right? So targeting is the first thing you need to get right, and then once you do have it right, then you can really focus on getting your conversion rate up to standard. But of course, your conversion rate should also be good from the beginning as well. But just keep that in mind when you are optimizing your conversion rate. All right. Now, this is a bit of a bonus one. Improve your ad rank by increasing bids. Now, ad rank is a different metric to quality score. However, it takes into account quality score, right? So once you've improved the above to obviously boost your quality score, it should be looking much nicer. However, quality score isn't the only metric that determines how your ads perform in auctions, right? Quality score is merely a component of the next competitive classification, which is ad rank, right? So ad rank is a thing above quality score, which takes into account quality score and a range of other factors. And you can identify your ad rank pretty simply by looking at the search lost IS rank column. A higher search loss IS rank is bad. Typically, a lower search loss IS rank is good most of the time, right? So search loss IS rank is how many impressions you've lost as a result of a low ad rank, right? Now, even more factors go into ad rank, but it can be very easily influenced by one factor in particular, which is bids, right? If you need to increase your ad rank and thus show at the top of more auctions, you can increase your bids by using manual CPC, setting higher manual bids, increasing your TCPA, decreasing your TROAS, and increasing bid caps in target impression or max clicks, right? So all of these factors here, you can quickly pause if you need to have a look, can increase your bids, which in turn will increase your ad rank, right? So it is a bit of a band-aid solution in some cases where if you have a really poor quality score, you can just increase your bid to show more with a higher ad rank and get at the top of the page, right? But you need to also consider that if you're spending more, then it's going to cost more to get clicks, it's going to cost more to get conversions, and it's going to lower your ROAS, right? So this is exactly why we want to make sure our quality score is as optimized as possible, because it means we don't have to bid as much to get high ranks and high performance on the search results, right? So always work to improve your quality score, and then also work to potentially improve your ad rank after that, depending on what you need to do, right? Anyway, that's everything from me today. I hope you guys found this one useful. If you want some help setting up your Google Ads account, you're not sure how to do it, you want some help improving your quality score, improving your ads, improving your ad groups, please feel free to click the link down below where I have an offer where I'll set up your entire Google Ads account for you for a one-time fee. That's right, no retainer, just pay me once and I'll set up the entire account for you. If that's something you're interested in, please feel free to click the link down below, book in a call with me, and I would love to chat with you about it. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video.